Lynda Carter just did something that stopped the entire internet dead in its tracks. And once you hear what she said and why it matters, you are going to understand exactly why people everywhere are losing their minds over it. This was not some planned press release or a publicist-approved statement carefully crafted to generate buzz. This was a woman typing on her own Facebook page in real time, watching the comments roll in, and deciding she had something to say. And what she said hit different. It hit the kind of different that makes people put their phones down, pick them back up, and share the post with everyone they know. A quick pause. Welcome to Inside the Heist. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe, as that will help us on our long way to YouTube monetization. Now, back to the video. It started with the Super Bowl halftime show. Bad Bunny took that stage and delivered a performance that had the whole country talking. Love him or not, the man commanded that moment like he owned it, because in many ways he did. The energy was electric, the visuals were something else, and the cultural weight of seeing a Puerto Rican artist stand on the biggest stage in American entertainment was not lost on anyone paying attention. For a lot of people in the Latino community, it was a full circle moment, something to be proud of, something to post about, talk about, celebrate. Lynda Carter felt that too. She went to her Facebook page and did what millions of other people did that night. She praised the performance, she celebrated Bad Bunny. But then she took it a step further and added a piece of history that a lot of people, if they are being real with themselves, either never knew or had long forgotten. She brought up the Jones Act of 1917, a piece of legislation that formally granted United States citizenship to Puerto Ricans. She was making a point. She was pushing back against the kind of ignorance that surfaces every single time a Puerto Rican artist, athlete, or public figure rises to a certain level of visibility and someone in the comments decides to question whether they belong. Now, if you have spent any time on the internet, you already know how those comment sections can get. People say things behind a screen they would never say to someone's face. And when it comes to Latino identity in America, the ignorance can be staggering. People challenge citizenship, people question belonging, people act like they are the gatekeepers of who gets to call themselves American. And it is exhausting, it is insulting, and it never seems to stop. So when Lynda Carter posted that reference to the Jones Act, she was essentially saying, educate yourself before you open your mouth. The history is there, the law is there, the facts are there. But then she did something that nobody saw coming. She dropped a follow-up line that completely changed the entire conversation. After making her point about Puerto Rican citizenship and the history behind it, she wrote, and these are her words exactly, "It is interesting to see how quickly people forget I am also Latina." Just like that. Calm, cool, and completely devastating in the best possible way. The internet went silent for about 3 seconds and then absolutely exploded. Because here's the thing, Lynda Carter is Wonder Woman. She is the woman who wore that iconic costume and became a symbol of strength and power for generations of fans who grew up watching her on television. For a lot of people, she exists in this very specific box in their minds, the all-American superhero, the beautiful actress who played one of the most recognizable characters in comic book history. And for decades, that image was so dominant, so overwhelming, that everything else about her faded into the background, including her roots. Lynda Carter is Mexican-American. Her mother was Juanita Bautista, a woman of Mexican descent, and that heritage is not a footnote in Lynda Carter's life. It is a fundamental part of who she is. But because she rose to fame in a Hollywood era that did not exactly celebrate or even acknowledge the complexities of Latino identity, because she fit into a certain look that the industry could package and sell to mainstream America, that part of her story got buried. Not by her, but by a culture that was not ready or willing to hold space for it. And now, here she is, decades later, reminding everyone with one sentence. No anger in it, no dramatics, no long, drawn-out explanation, just that quiet, steady, undeniable truth. I am also Latina. Read it again. feel the weight of it. The reaction online was immediate, and it was massive. Thousands of people flooded the comments. Fans who had loved her for years were discovering this part of her identity for what felt like the first time. Latino people were sharing the post with a sense of pride and recognition that is hard to describe, but easy to feel. People were tagging their friends, their families, their group chats. The phrase "lasso of truth" started making the rounds because, of course it did, because that's exactly what this felt like. It felt like someone cutting through all the noise and the assumptions and the comfortable narratives and just laying down an undeniable fact. What made the moment land so hard wasn't just what she said, but how she said it. She didn't make it a lecture. She didn't turn it into a political speech. She wasn't performing outrage or seeking sympathy. She was simply, matter-of-factly, with a kind of quiet confidence that only comes from knowing exactly who you are, reminding people of something they should never have forgotten. That energy is rare. That kind of calm, grounded assertion of identity is something a lot of people spend years trying to find within themselves, and she delivered it in a single sentence on Facebook. There's also something worth sitting with here about what it means to be Latina in America when your appearance doesn't match what people expect that to look like. Because that's a real experience that a lot of mixed or lighter-skinned Latino people carry. The constant explaining, the confused looks, the comments that question your authenticity, the pressure to either perform your culture in ways that are visible and obvious to outsiders, or watch it get dismissed entirely. Lynda Carter lived that in one of the most unforgiving environments imaginable, which is old Hollywood, where your identity was whatever the studio decided it was going to be, and if it didn't sell tickets, it didn't exist. So the fact that she's standing in her identity now, loudly and publicly and without any hesitation, means something. It means something to the people who grew up feeling like their backgrounds made them less than. It means something to the kids who were told to assimilate so hard they nearly lost themselves in the process. It means something to everyone who has ever had their identity doubted, questioned, or erased by people who simply didn't look close enough to see the truth. And the timing of it, coming off a moment where Bad Bunny just showed the entire country what Puerto Rican pride looks like on the biggest stage in the world, was perfect in a way that felt almost intentional, even though it wasn't. It was just one real moment leading to another. It was a Puerto Rican man performing at the Super Bowl and reminding America that he belongs there, followed by a Mexican-American woman reminding America that she has always been there too, right in front of them, for decades, playing their superheroes, entertaining their kids, appearing on their television screens, and all the while carrying a heritage that never stopped being hers, even when the culture around her refused to see it. The conversation that her post sparked is also bigger than just her, because how many other people throughout history have been put in that same position? How many artists, athletes, entertainers, public figures of Latino descent spent their careers having that part of themselves quietly sidelined because it didn't fit the image someone else had built for them? These are not small questions. They point to something deep and long-standing about the way American culture has always decided who gets to be seen and in what way. What Lynda Carter did in that comment section was not just personal. It was a crack in that old wall. It was a woman with decades of cultural recognition and public love using her platform not to protect an image, but to expand it, to tell the truth about it. And in doing so, she made space for everyone else who has ever felt like their full story was too complicated for people to hold on to. People in the comments called it iconic, and they were right. But it was more than that. It was necessary. It was the kind of moment that reminds you that identity is not something that gets handed to you by the people who consume your work. It is something you carry, something you own, something nobody can take away no matter how many years go by or how many assumptions get stacked up around you. Lynda Carter knew who she was the whole time. She just waited for the right moment to make sure everybody else did too. And if you were sleeping on that part of her story before, you are wide awake now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.